What it do, flight crew? FTC. Flight team, stand up! We got the top 100 official 2023 through 2024 NBA players. Now, I know I still owe you guys a top 100 of all time still. It's about 87% done. I ain't forget. We're going to upload it before the end of the year. But every year, ESPN and all the big name sports platforms get together and rank the players top 100. So let's see if they was on point. Now, last year's, I think that honestly the last 2 to 3 years, they've been kind of off. So let's see if it's anything different. Starting 100 to 51. At 100, we have Mitchell Robinson. I don't know who that is. He's lucky to even be in the rankings. We have Valanciunas. I hear his name a couple of times and stuff during the highlights. I feel like solid role player. You know, what does he average? Like 9 rebounds, 3 points per game. Put him in there. I hear his name a lot. Sexton of Collins, they disrespecting the man. Nah, he needs to be at least top 50. See, I think it had to do with him being injured and then him being traded from like the Cavs to like the Jazz. The Jazz don't really have, you know what I'm saying, that much like talent on the team. It's only like really him and somebody, the Markkanen dude. You know what I'm saying? It's only them. He's gonna prove them right. He's gonna easily climb right back up to the. This is very disrespectful. They almost didn't even put him in the rankings. He's literally a top 5 point guard in the NBA. I don't even know what else to say about that. I don't agree with him being at 98. We have Williams again, who's lucky to be in the rankings. We have Barnes of Harrison. He's lucky to be in the rankings. We have this the Jalen Williams dude. He's the dude with the big fro on the OKC Thunder. To be honest, I haven't really seen him play like that. I mean, he looks like he plays like the entire minutes. He does get a lot of minutes. We're going to be definitely reacting to the OKC Thunder a lot more this year, especially with Shet being back in the lineup. So let's see how he does. He looks like he averages something like 15 plus per game. I think this is fair. Number 95 he needs to prove himself more. Damn! They have Russell Westbrook almost out the rankings at this point of his career. Hold on. Is this a joke? This is the right rankings, right? This is 20. Scrolling back up, just a rankings check. This is 2023 to 2024. Wow. Bro, they almost got Westbrook out the rankings, man. Like, I honestly just feel bad, man, at this point, bro. I feel really bad for Westbrook, bro. I feel like he proved himself a lot with the Clippers, especially with the playoffs about to end. You know, he did have a lot of joke moments. And to be fair, let's be 1,000% honest. Like, sometimes, you know, you kind of got to, like, get your knowledge a little bit, like, up there and just kind of just, like, sit back and kind of just realize it, man. Will Russell Westbrook be this? Now, we know we say our jokes about Westbrook, and he deserves it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You can't be a grown man hitting the top of the backboard or airballing and being in professional sports, and especially being a, you know what I'm saying, a high caliber first ballot Hall of Famer that you are. You know what I'm saying? That stuff like leaves a lot of questionable things. But through all of that, let's be honest, he still was averaging like, I mean, for certain games he'll throw up like 2 points, 5 points, or some pathetic stuff. But he really has been averaging about 17 points per game these last 3 to 5 years, ever since he got traded from OKC. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's still a Hall of Famer. Now, what I was going to basically say is that will Westbrook be getting hated like this, the way it is a trend to hate on him, if it was like the early 2000s? And they would only be able to, obviously, you would be able to see what he does in the highlights when it's on TV. You know what I'm saying? His air balls and his top of the backboards wouldn't be so much out there because TV was pretty much like the only access for like just media coverage and just general back in the day than what it is now. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is insane, bro. Westbrook got to at least be, if you don't want to, I was going to put him like top 35 and like maybe at like number 32. But if you don't want to put him there, he at least got to be in the top 60 of right now's NBA player. 94 ranking? Ah, man, that is crazy, man. What do you guys have to say about this? These rankings ain't looking it at all. So you're saying Mike Conley is a better NBA player than Westbrook? Now, Mike Conley's been a consistent casual. He's been in the NBA since, I think, Silly Bands was in style. He was originally with the Grizzlies and the Rudy Gay combo back in the day, and Marc Gasol. He's always been a solid role player, like 10, 15 plus points per game. But this is crazy. You're saying Conley is better than Westbrook. You have Emmanuel quickly. His name's been getting out there. The Knickerbockers had that little late playoff run. They've been having some cool, exciting games. I don't know what they're talking about this season with their lineup that they have. And I mean, if everybody stays healthy, they do have a young lineup. So I mean, I guess this is fair to keep his ranking right there. What do you guys have to say about that? Hart or Josh should not be in the rankings at all. Now, Josh Hart does have, his impactful games at times, but bro, man to man, everybody knows me and Josh. Bro, I would drop this man off 1-on-1 11-7, maybe 11-8 at most, bro. Bro, come on, man. In the early 2000s, he probably wouldn't even be in the NBA. Hart has made it into the rankings. Hey, does this deserve? Wow. I don't even think he was in the rankings last year or the year before. Made his way into the rankings. We got Collins of John, number 90. Now, I think this has to do... I forgot he was on the Jazz, too. I think this has to do with him getting traded with the Hawks to the Jazz. Did he play with the Jazz before the season ended, or was it just like the offseason trade? Because I don't remember him when he was the Jazz. I think it was still the Hawks. We have Robert Williams the third. The Trailblazers? Who's this? There's like a lot of Williams dudes. Okay. Is this fair or not? We got Looney Tunes. Happy to see you in the rankings, brother. I think he has a lot to prove. But Looney Tunes literally is like perfect attendance in the NBA. He's literally not missed one game. He always shows up, puts out a solid 7 to 10 points with like 15-plus rebounds, plays amazing defense. He really saves us defensively a lot of the times. Very happy to see Looney Tunes in this lineup. I think he's going to prove him a lot more wrong. I feel like he should be in the top 75 at least. I think Looney Tunes should definitely crawl into that top 75 before next year is up. We got Hilda Buddy. Yeah, I think this is fair, number 87. Kuzma. I think Kuzma respectfully should be in the top 75. I feel like this is a little bit too low. Matter of fact, I'll put him in the top 50. Kuzma, he's been putting up 15 to 20 points per game. Yeah, he's definitely a roastable NBA player. He has a lot of questionable things he could say or do, throughout his time in the NBA. But his game is absolutely overall improved, especially since leaving the Lakers. I feel like Kuzma is like in his villain arc. The Lakers, I feel like, took advantage of him and walked all over him and didn't use him to his full potential. And he's proven them wrong playing with the Wizards. He's going to have a lot more opportunities now that Billy Bradley is gone. And who else is on the team? I forgot with the Wizards. Oh, Poole Jordan. There we go. I was reading the stat. I knew somebody was on the Wizards. Yeah, him and Poole. I think Poole. Yeah, damn, 2 villain arcs on one team. It's still a first-round playing exit, though. But, hey, it's going to be exciting maybe for the Wizards. We have the Simmons Fernie dude from the Blazers. He's a pretty cool casual. You can keep him right there at 85. We have Capella. He's lucky to be in the rankings. Harrison Tobias is lucky to be in the rankings. Cameron Johnson is lucky to be in the rankings. Wow. Porter's looking like somebody's Uncle Bobby. I think 81 is pretty solid. What do you guys have to say? Despite the funny faces that he makes, he always comes up and he always, shows up to work, man. He has some casual performances at 10 to 15 points per game, maybe sometimes 7, with 10 rebounds. He's a very good hustler on the floor on both ends, and he brings a lot of energy. See what he's going to do for the Bucks this season. We have Green of Jalen. Wow, that's crazy. At 80? That's crazy. Now, do you guys think the offseason antics and the stuff that's been going on, I mean, it's not like it was like some crazy, bad drama where it was just like it was affecting his basketball skills. But do you think maybe with him being on social media or whatever a little bit more, it was in the news a lot more during the offseason for everything that we reacted to? Do you think that has to do with anything? Does it have to do with the new trades that came to Houston, such as Fred VanVleet dude now is there, and now you have Brooks and Dillon? Do they predict that he's going to be getting less minutes maybe? Or, I don't know. Why is he at number 80 overall? I think he should be a top 50 player. Doesn't he average 20-plus points per game? I don't see why he's at number 80. We have Hero Tyler. Now, I see why they put him at 79. He had that injury the year beforehand, or this year, right? Yeah, it was this year. The year going fast. Basically, he was unable to play. Their entire playoffs. So people around the league felt like he was like not only like ducking, but it felt like he was just leaving out his team to just sit back and watch and just hopefully get a free ring, which wasn't even the case. Hero Tyler had an injury. I forgot what it was. I don't know if it was in the hand or the legs. Bro, like, let's be real. Like, do you want somebody to go out there and play 30 or 40% and possibly be a liability, especially on the defensive end? Those are the questions you have to raise. Hero Tell has to be a top 50 player. This is too low. I feel like he's going to come back and definitely prove himself with Butler or Jimmy and Abdemayo. We have the Stu Anderson. This is crazy. So you're saying he's better than Westbrook already? Okay. Now, Stu Anderson, we've seen his highlights. He has massive potential to be a top 10 point guard in the NBA. He's definitely going to be one of the generational players that will be the faces of the NBA within the next 5 years. And then it's bringing on a new, generation of, NBA players of soon to come. What do you guys have to say about that? We have Clarkson and Jordan. Number 77 is pretty fine right there. CP3? I think it's pretty fair to put CP3 at 76. Now, the only reason I see them putting him at number 76 is because of his injuries. Now, let CP3 be 100% healthy all year. He's easily going to get to the top 25. Now, the only question is, too, how many minutes is he going to get? We still don't know if he's going to be starting or is he going to be coming off the bench. To be honest, I feel like the Warriors should honestly rotate it. I was sitting up there thinking about, like, the last week, like, hey, he should 100% come off the bench. But now thinking, like, the Warriors can really play around with the lineup. They can really have CP3 at the 1 and then have, like, Curry at, like, the 2 guard and play him like an Iverson type of position where he still has the ball majority in his hands, but he's actually free to roam around and come off of screens and stuff like he, still does and has been doing and everything like that. And, just a lot more, like, free, off the ball movement. I feel like they should do that type of offensive rotation. And then some games have CP3 come off the bench and then have Curry just straight up start at that 1 spot. But 76, they gave him this ranking 100% because of the injuries and just him being unable to play consistently through these last 2 years. But I think CP3 is going to prove himself a lot more, especially because he has a true point guard and a number 1 player of all time playing on his team too, and of right now as well. I hope to see actually Curry at the number 1 spot. Hopefully ESPN Curry got to be at the number 1 spot. But hey man, we had number 76. Let's move along. We have Vujovic. We hear his name get around. He's at number 75. Cade Cunningham. I feel like Westbrook and him should trade slots. He should be number 94, and then Westbrook should be at 74. But what do you guys have to say? We have Shet. I like that ESPN kept him in the top 100. He has a lot to prove to himself in the regular season. He already proved his potential in the preseason. I personally think he's going to put up 20-plus points per game, double-double this NBA season, especially if he can stay healthy. I really think he can sneak into the All-Star game. He should make the All-Star team. Like I don't see why he shouldn't make the All-Star team. You know what I'm saying? This guy has a massive potential. So I see his ranking he's just going up. I can see him being like the top 40s by maybe February, to be honest with you. He stays healthy. We have Jordan Poole. Hey, man. Warriors, we miss you. Hope you can make your way back to the Warriors, but best of wishes and everything. And everybody that's a Warriors fan, you should be giving him high hopes and wishes. No, there should be no need to bash him and everything like that. I feel like also people saying that he looks like he's sad and down and everything like that. Like, consistently, I think it's getting old. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, like, I've already made what I had said in my opinion in terms of just, imagine you going from a championship, title contending team, saying to a team that hasn't made the playoffs in the last 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Anybody would be sad at the moment, but at the end of the day, this guy he's young, you know what I'm saying? And he's a borderline, he's an all-star. He's not even borderline. You think he made the all-star team last year, didn't he? He's an all-star and everything like that, so he should be just fine. So I just think that, that all that, like, the jokes, we gotta, I mean, not we, because I haven't been saying nothing about Poole at all. The outside, what I'm saying, the trolls, they should chill out on Poole and let him see what he do. But I feel like he should be at least a top 50 ranking. This is crazy. He's literally a top 7 shooting guard in the NBA. How is he at 72? But okay. He's going to prove himself to Wizards. He's going to have a huge villain arc. We have Barrett of RJ. He's fine right there, 71. Walker, who is this? He's lucky to be in the rankings. All right, we have Lopez of Brook. Yeah, he should be right there. That's a fine ranking right there. We have Porter Michael Jr. Now, he was injured, I believe, like some parts of the season on and off. But, yeah, 68 is just fine right there. We have OG Anunoby. He's fine right there in the 67 ranking. We have Reeves of Austin. He's fine right there in 66. I do feel like he's going to prove himself. However, some point in the season and maybe climb more ups in those rankings. We have Miles Turner. He's fine right there at 65. Rudy Gobert is fine right there at 64. Scott at 5'6", Barnes. He needs to be a top 35 player. The NBA, what are y'all doing? Why y'all doing my man Scotty like this, man? 63 is way too low. He is a legitimate top 3 power forward in the NBA. I believe he also plays like small forward and rotates around there. But regardless, he is a top 5 power forward, small forward in the NBA. Give him his credit, give him his respect. He's going to definitely prove himself a lot more. I think he's going to have the ball in his hands a lot more now that Fred Valet's gone. So they're not going to be having to share the ball. I think it's going to be literally in the hands of Scotty like 90% of the time. So, yo, don't be surprised. He's going to be putting up 25-plus points per game. Anything above 20-plus points per game is still a W. Regardless, but he's going to climb easily up in the rankings more as the season goes along. We have Porzingis. I think he's fine right there in that 62 slot. I believe he was getting injured a lot on and off, but Porzingis is still a nice, great role player. He's borderline an all-star. I think he can climb up there in the rankings if he can prove he can just show up and be able to stay healthy. He's with the Celtics. That's actually a cheat code too. Now they got they got Tatum, got Brown and Jalen. You have the Pritchard. I've been hearing things about Pritchard. And you have Drew Holiday, so he's going to have a lot more opportunities to have that pick and pop offense. I ain't going to lie, the Celtics low-key looking OP. That's crazy. And then if you look at it, last season he went up in the rankings actually. He was at 86. We have Zane. He's fine right there at the 61 slot. We have Murray DeJounte at 60. Fine right there. We have Smarter Marcus. Wow, they're saying that Smarter Marcus is better than DeJounte. Okay. At the 59 slot. I think Smarter Marcus is not going to get a lot of playing time, though. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't see him being happy with the Memphis Grizzlies and honestly seeing him lasting long. I'll be surprised if he stays with the Grizzlies all season and be surprised if he makes any type of impact. You have Jaja that will be coming back 25 games later. You have Derrick Rose and everything. Maybe they might play him at the 2 position. I don't know. I mean, maybe not stretch that because Brooks and Dillon is gone. So he's literally going to be taking over the playing time that Brooks and Dillon was originally. Yeah, nah, he's going to be fine. 59 is right there. That's fine. We have Jermani Grant. He's lucky to be in the top hundreds. Zion! Wow, this is disrespectful. Wow. Oh, I got to stand up for this one. This is crazy. This is disrespectful. Nah, this is disrespectful. This is disrespectful. This is disrespectful, dog. Zion at number 57? 57? He is a legitimate top 25 NBA player. 57? And if you look last year, I needed to start looking at this from earlier, but it's all good. Last year, he was ranked at 40, and you put him at 57? Wow, bro, this is just disrespectful, bro. Come on. Low-key, the NBA was not, they wasn't bad. They was on a little streak going there. Wow. Yeah, you're saying Fred Valet is a better player than Zion at rank 56? Which is deserved. He should be somewhere in the top 60s, but not better than Zion. What? Draymond Green, number 55. Last year, he was a 43. What do you have to say about this? It's questionable. I feel like he should be top 40. We got Wiggins of Andrew. Now, we all know that Wiggins went down in the rankings like this because of the the court, stuff that he had. I hope that he's everything all right, and prayers to him. That was what was going on the off court. He was able to come back late in the playoffs. Very, very grateful for that. But this is very selfish, man, for all the sports platforms to do that, man. 54, come on, he's still a top 40 player. He still showed that it's, he's a 17-plus point per game scorer. I don't feel like this is right for him to just go and fall into these, the rankings like that. But I think Wiggins is going to prove himself a lot better. And then, he's going to go right back into that 30 slot. We have Josh Giddey at number 3. I mean, not number 3. He's number 3. Holy. At number 53. He's fine right there where he's at. We have Wagner Franz. Who is this? He's lucky to be in the rankings. I haven't heard of him. Okay. We got Gordon Averian. He's fine where he's at. All right. So that was the 100 through 51. And now we have 50 to 11 for the 2023-2024 NBA players. We have Josh Childress Jr. He's fine right there at number 50. But saying he's better than Zion is insanity, bro. Come on. We have Ayton and DeAndre at 49. He's fine where he's at. LaMelo! Oh! This is too low. 48? I thought he would be a top 30 player. Okay. That's probably because of the injuries. Wet Bananas is way too low. Wet Bananas is way too low, NBA. Come on. What's wrong with y'all? Wet Bananas is literally a top 2 big man of all time. It's only literally him and Wilt the Stilt Chamberlain that's competing in the best and top big man of all time. As much as I love Shaq, as much as I love all types of other big men, bro, in the NBA and NBA history, bro, Wet Bananas is a top 2 big man. We've seen it already from the preseason. This guy is a legitimate generational talent. This guy is already borderline one of the faces of the NBA. He is the top #1 pick that has been selected #1 overall ever since the LeBron James #1 overall pick in 2000 NBA draft. You have to put this guy into the top 15s at least. This is disrespectful. This is literally, you guys are losing some credit right now, man. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Come on. Wet Bananas is way too low. I'm taking Wet Bananas over Embiid of Joel. I'm taking Wet Bananas over AD. And some days I'm taking him over a Kumpo. Wet Bananas is way too low. You guys got to get it together. He's going to prove y'all wrong in the first 5 games. Come on. Do you see him in the preseason? He played 17 or 18 minutes and absolutely dominated. Bro, that is the biggest damn near domination I have seen from a big man damn near since Shaq came into the NBA. And Shaq couldn't shoot. Shaq couldn't drive like in terms of like off the dribble type ish. He was only good enough, you know what I'm saying, throw the ball in the post, use that strength, back down. Bro, Wet Bananas is a generational talent. You need to put respect on this guy. Put respect on this brother's name. He is a top 15 NBA player. These have got to be the worst rankings actually in the last 5 years. Now, if Curry is #1, I'll take that. I'll take back what I said. But this right here just confirmed it with the cherry on top how off these ratings are. Wet Bananas is a top 15 NBA player. And you guys are going to see that this NBA season. So you're saying wannabe Michael Red Middleton is better than Wet Bananas. Holy crap, I'm about to end the video. Yo, we got to keep going, bro. He's fine right there at 46. Randall of John is a better player than Wet Bananas. Okay, he's fine right there at number 45. McCollum is CJ, bro. First of all, he's ranked number 44. You're saying he's better than Westbrook? You're saying he's better than a lot of players that I forgot that we've seen earlier on in the rankings. McCollum at 44? He's better than Zion? He's better than CP3 when healthy? Bro. Fear the beard, Harden. He's too low in the rankings. Wow. Look at last year's. He was ranked at number 11 last year. Why so low? Did he sleep with one of y'all wives behind the scenes? Number 43? He went from 11 to 43. What did he do wrong this season? Other than flopping in the playoffs, I get it. Number 43? And no, we need to see his explanation. Why he fell 32 spots. Harden led the NBA in assists for a second time in his career last season. He led the NBA in assists. If you lead the NBA in any stat, you have to be into the top 20. There's nothing else that needs to be said. Whether if it's leading in blocks, whether if it's leading in assists, points, you have to be into the top 20s. So, right there, you guys have just contradicted yourself. Forming a potent partnership with Embiid, but lacked the same sort of burst he displayed earlier in his career. He's older. You have to realize that he's not going to have the same explosiveness. We get it. He's not going to be the same last year OKC Harden. He's not going to be the same Houston Rockets Harden. We get it. But, bro, this guy is still a top 20 player. I would not want to play this guy in the playoffs. Like, there's nothing else that needs to be said, done. This doesn't even make any sense. Saw its season end with the Eastern Conference semifinals, heartbreaking Game 7 loss. Harden's trade request with uncertain future to Sixers. So the only reason I can see them making him fall in the rankings this far is because he wants to be traded out of the Sixers. And so they're assuming that he's probably not going to be giving 100% effort until he gets traded from the Sixers. Nah, bro, I don't know what to say to that, man. Maxey is a better player than Harden at 42. Klay Thompson is fine where he was at. Last season he was 37, so it's not too far off. Nothing much to complain. Personally, like I'm actually biased just because I'm a Warriors fan and everything. I feel like Klay should be at least top 30. But 41 isn't something to be bashing about. I feel like that's fair. If Klay comes about and shows himself more, we can't forget he definitely did sell a couple of games last season and was literally sitting back and watching Curry. Handle the offense a lot more better. But this is a fine ranking for where he's at. We have Mobley of Evan, 40. He's fine where he's at. DeMar DeRozan. He's fine right there at 39. Maybe he can be into the top 25. Last season, he was 28. Hold on now. Why did he go down 11 spots? It would have been hard for DeRozan to follow up a career year during his first season, which was the other season beforehand. But DeRozan was still an all-star in his second season, so what's the problem? With the Bulls, however, the Bulls are not winning at the same level as he did the 2 seasons ago. But he still put up numbers. Yeah, DeRozan got to be a top 25 player. 39 is crazy. It kind of hit me a little bit later. I was like, hold on, 39? I felt like it was 29. I don't know why. Nah, that's too low. And then you got Levine right there. That doesn't make sense. Okay. You're saying Bill Bradley is better than both of those players. Whatever. Okay. What? Yeah, okay, bro. Yo, the Phoenix Buns hype. Here we go. We have Darius Garland, who's a better player than Westbrook, a better player than Levine, a better player than DeMar, a better player than Zion Williamson. Okay. Wow. Oh my fucking goodness. No way, bro. They got Jaja Morant at number 35. Last season, he was a top 10 player. These are the worst NBA rankings in the last 5 years. It's confirmed. Now, we obviously know we don't need to continue, like kicking down, that saying a horse and everything like that. Ja's already being suspended and everything like that. It looks like from what he's been showing on social media, I believe he's been doing multiple charity events and everything, giving back to the community. I'm pretty sure he's learned his lesson at this point, and he is ready to be back onto the elite top tier player. This guy is a top 3 point guard in the NBA, and you guys have him at rank number 35. He's literally a top 10 face of the NBA, and you have him at number 35. And when he came back, and they still lost in the playoffs, to the Lakers, he still showed and displayed that he is on a high level. He was putting up 20-plus points per game. I don't remember the exact stats, but I remember it was like 20-plus. He was still putting up 20-plus points per game. Still explosive. Nothing was lost. If anything, he just got stronger, from eating good. Like, what? 35? I'm scared to see where Curry's at. This is unacceptable. ESPN Sports Center. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to get it together, man. 35. You have Kyrie at 34? Now, last year he was ranked at 33, so it's not, it's rare you just stayed in the same spot. But Kyrie is a top 20 player in the NBA. This guy is putting up insane stats still for a person his age. He hasn't lost a step. It looks like he's gotten better. We have Bridges. So you're saying Bridges is a better player than Kyrie, Ja Morant. He's a better player than Zion. He's a better player than CP3. He's a better player than even Draymond Green. Number 33. You have Brunson. He's fine where he's at. Had a huge blow up the past couple of seasons. Got a fat contract in the offseason. Feel like he is well-deserved. And if you even look at last season, he was ranked 67. Love to see the improvement. You have Jaren Jackson. Okay, he's number 31. I'm surprised he's actually not in the top 25 at least because of the last season he let in blocks, which is actually a hard stat to do. Oh, I just broke character. Did I say Justin Jackson or Jaren? Holy. We have Paolo, dude. He's fine where he's at, top 30. You have Trae Young. Wow, at 29. Okay. You have the Mark Cannon dude at 28. He went from from not being ranked to number 28? Now, don't get it fucked up. He is a nice role player. He's an all-star, actually. Very, very nice player, but he's at least ranked 40. You're saying he's better than all those other players that y'all had ranked? And also, let's not forget, he was injured, and he came back from the injury, I believe. Or did he play in the playoffs? I don't remember. But he was injured. So the other players that you knocked off points for because they was injured, you have to do the same here. He went from not being ranked to a top 30 NBA player. Hold on now. Hold on now. Hold on now. Hold on now. Relax. This is insane, guys. Come on. He's a top 40 player. He's not a 28 ranked player, bro. That's crazy, bro. We have Ingram and Brandon 27. He's fine where he's at. Drew Holiday. Bro, I'm about to end this shit right now, man. Yo, you can't make this up. They got Drew Holiday better than John Morant, Kyrie Irving, CP3, Draymond Green, Zion Williamson. Probably 5 or 10 other players I can't remember off the top of my head that we looked at the rankings. Heck, bro, Mikal Bridges, he's better than Drew Holiday. And you got... Siakam at number 25. So you're saying he's better than Scotty Barnes? Scotty Barnes is the reason why he's still in the league right now. Kawhi Leonard, I'm happy to see him get his respect rankings. There we go. Now, this is fair because he's been injured. Now, I believe Kawhi is going to come back and have a comeback season this year. And you know what I'm saying, be a lot more healthier. He's had a lot more time to rehab and everything like that. I definitely see Kawhi, you know what I'm saying, going right back to that 12 ranking and everything. But the reason why is obvious. He fell into those 24s to the injuries. Yeah, Foster De'Aaron, I'm happy to see my man climb up in those rankings. Well deserved. I'm actually surprised he's actually not in the top 15. You've seen it in the playoffs. Playoffs get a huge boost when a player plays well and plays nice and everything like that. Fox displayed it, and he's going to continue to display it. He's with the Kings. They're a young squad. And I hate to admit it, man, they're going to be giving problems in the Western Conference if everybody stays healthy. I can definitely see Fox climbing into that top 18 spot, maybe by like February. Yeah, Sabonis. All right, man. Like, some of these players are starting to pay these guys or something under the table. This guy shouldn't even be in the rankings. Let's be real. He shouldn't even be. I wouldn't even put him in the top 200s. In the early 2000s, this guy would be ran the fuck out of the NBA. This is undeserved. This is insanity. This is dick riding at its finest. This is absurd, bro. No, nah, man. Stop it, bro. Halliburton, I'd give him maybe 35. He needs to swap spots with Ja, at least. Because even 21 is still too low for Ja, but he should be swapped out with Ja. He's not a top 30 player, guys. Come on. Cat, that's actually respectable that he's there because, you know, he had his injury. You know what I'm saying? He's going to come back and have a nice season. Rooting for my man, Cat. Definitely, he's the man and everything. He showed us hella love and all that. So he's going to come back and have a nice season. He's going to climb into the ranking. Brian and Jalen got a fat offseason contract, but we've seen you still can't dribble with your left hand. I think this is undeserved. I think the NBA needed to teach Brown and Jalen a lesson and keep him into the top 30s until he can work on his left hand. If you don't want to trade Ja out with Halliburton, you have to trade him out with Brown and Jalen. Ja can dribble with his left hand. You would think he's ambidextrous. But Brown and Jalen still puts up 25, 30, 40 points per game. So is that the reason? Maybe it's going off of scoring. And maybe not fundamentals. Paul George. He said he's going to be back on his bully this NBA season. I think it's fair to have him right there. He didn't really move to Bad State in the same spot. Last season he was 15. I think he could potentially climb into the top 12s with the energies he's talking about bringing out. Murray and Jamal. Now, I see why he climbed so far in these rankings, which is deserved. I definitely give Murray and Jamal that top 20 player spot. Maybe a little bit too low. I'll give him right at that 20 slot. But Murray and Jamal came back from that scary potential career-ending knee injury. He came back. Led his team to the finals with Jokic and won a ring on top of that. It's deserved. Murray Jamal, if you don't want to put him at 17, which I don't want to put him at, you have to put him into that top 20 slot. Murray Jamal definitely is well deserved there. Abdul was way too high in these rankings. I was actually going to actually give ESPN credit for not putting him in the rankings, but Abdul, you are not a top 20 NBA player. Who is gassing you up, brother? You are a legitimate, cool, casual role player. In fact, the reason why you are an all-star is because of Butler or Jimmy, Hero, Tyler, and Kyle Lowry. You are not... You have him at the top 20 NBA player slot. This is insane, bro. This is insane. This is insane. Wow. We have Mitchell Donovan. It's pretty fair. Number 15 spot. We have Lillard at 14. He didn't move anywhere last year. He stayed the same. Okay, we'll see where they put in front of Lillard. I guess. Edwards of Anthony in front of Lillard? The dick riding is crazy. Now, Edwards is a nice-ass player. Don't get it twisted. An all-star. Showing a lot of potential. He's young, talented, explosive. He's a top 20 player, not further than Lillard. Butler or Jimmy at number 12 is fine where he's at. Booker or Devin, number 11. That's actually really respectably fine where he's at. That's actually a perfect ranking. I'm glad they didn't give him that top 7 ranking, which I was actually on the edge of my seat about. No bullshit. Alright, so Booker stayed the same. That's a fair spot ranking. Now we got the top 10 NBA rankings of the 2023-2024 NBA season. Anthony Davis at number 10. I think that's pretty fair. Anthony Davis is an elite player. He's been battling and fighting injury after injury after injury and coming back even stronger. He deserves that top 10 spot. I like that right there. I'm actually happy that they give him. I'm actually happy for him that the NBA gave him the credit that he deserves. I was afraid he was going to put him somewhere in the 30s or 40s. Wow. They got LeBron at number 9. What do you guys have to say about this? We didn't see Curry yet. But you got to give LeBron that top 5 spot. He's still a face of the NBA. The face of the NBA. This is very disrespectful. I'm not going to lie to you. LeBron literally pulls about 80% of the NBA's ticket sales. At number 9, nah, he got to be at least top 5. I think he's going to climb into that top 5 rankings. That's disrespectful. Wow. Last year, he was ranked 6. We have SGA. You're saying SGA is better than LeBron? Now, don't get it twisted. He had an amazing career NBA season. He's going to continue to go off. He's actually grown on me. He's respectfully a top 7 favorite NBA player. That's the reason why we're going to be watching a lot more OKC Thunder games this season. But hold on now. I want you guys to recognize that they're saying SGA is better than Dame Dollar, LeBron James, Ja Morant, Zion Williamson, Booker and Devin even. Even days I will take SGA over Booker or Devin, but to say that Booker overall is not a better player than SGA? Wow. They're putting a lot. Now here's where the problem also is too. They're putting a lot of pressure on SGA to perform. So I think he's going to have an amazing season, but if he doesn't have somewhere close to what he had last season, you're setting him up to get bashed. You're setting him up to get roasted by social media. I'm just saying. So that's insane. Kevin Durant. Number 7 is pretty fair. If you actually look at it, he climbed up in the rankings. Last year, he was at number 8. Number 7 is pretty respectable. Now, the only reason why I wouldn't give Kevin Durant at this point in his NBA career, hear me out, the top 5 slot only if he can stay healthy and just be there for his team. He plays at least 50-plus games this NBA season. He is more well off a top 5 player. Number 7 isn't even bad at all. You know what I'm saying? Very, very respectable. I'm actually happy that ESPN and SportsCenter and all the sports platforms gave him his credit at that number 7 slot. I could see Kevin Durant sneaking maybe into that 6 to 5 ranking slot by spring break if he stays healthy. You know what I'm saying? You got the Phoenix Buns. You got the big 4 right there. So, hey, Anything's possible. Wow. Okay. You're saying Tatum is better than Durant and LeBron? What? Tatum is a fire player. Don't get it messed up. But better than LeBron and Durant? Who? Bro, crack is one hell of a drug. What is going on? Oh, they got Curry at number 5. No, this is too low. This is too low. This is too low. No, you guys sold like crazy. You already sold since the rankings at 65 or 70. I don't even remember. But you have them at number 5? No. No. No, bro. These are the worst rankings in NBA history. These are the worst rankings to start out to the beginning of an NBA season in history. This topped it right here. You have the number 1 player of all time, the face of the NBA. You have the number 1 player right now in the NBA on both sides of offense and defense at number 5. What players you have ahead of him? Swap Luka out with LeBron. Curry needs to be at number 1. Luka is not better than LeBron yet. Honestly, he's not going to be overall in his career ever. But if you want to talk technically, give him about 2 more years. And that's only because of LeBron's age. You're saying Luka is better than even Ja Morant, too. And Dame Dollar. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Somebody's on big hard time drugs down there, bro. Oh my gosh. This can't be real. You haven't beat him, Joel? At number 3? You haven't beat up Joel at number 3. Embiid is better than Curry, better than Durant, better than LeBron, even better than AD, better than Zion, better than Kyrie. Jokic is fine right there. He should be number 2 because Curry should be number 1. Who do you have at number 1? Let me guess because we haven't heard his name at all. Otunbo is the number 1 player in the NBA for the 2023-2024 NBA season. Otunbo is a top 3 NBA player at number 3. Jokic, Otunbo is at 4. LeBron is at 3. Jokic is at 2. And then Curry is at 1. Those are the right ratings. Otunbo is not a number 1 player in the NBA yet. What are these rankings, NBA? These are the worst rankings of all time. You guys topped it. This legitimately blew my day, ruined my day. I am angry.